Okie dokie. Let's see if this works. Let's go. That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Am I live? Can you see me? Am I live? Hello, hello. Let's go. If you can see me, because it's not showing up on my on my end, but if you can see me, let me know. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's audio. It's live. Awesome. Hube, what's up, buddy? Is it okay? I know I've asked this before in the past, but am I saying it correctly? Hube, or is it Hub? Hube. Hube, right? Hube. Hube, I think. If I'm wrong, let me. I want to pronounce your name correctly, buddy. Let's see. Give it a second. I'll let you answer. Okay, Hube is okay. Awesome. I hope so. I hope so. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Thank you so much for waiting. You were. Oh, slow Jim. Yep, just doing the paperwork on. All right. Good deal. Old slow Jim. He's in the house at midnight. The guy's up late. Yeah, you got yourself a new place to yourself. New to you. New used place. Awesome. Congrats. Finally getting out of the apartment. Good deal. Hube, how you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you for a while. It's great to see you. You were really early. You were chatting a long time ago. Thought you fell off the planet. No, I've been doing fine. I shaved my face today. I don't like my bald face. I like a beard. But I have a new student starting on Monday, and he's a little bit of a weak little boy, so I didn't want to scare him too much. Hey, Cupertino! Wow, Cupertino. Hey, check it out, Cupertino. I got myself a new iPhone. Let's see, Larry. Is it Larry? Hey, Larry. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. I think that's the first time Larry's ever written to me. I think. There is a delay. I'm looking at my phone. I can see there's a delay, so if it takes me a few seconds to respond to you, you know why. Yeah, well, I'm stalling a little bit because I want to get some more people in here before we get going, really. Let's see. Somebody just wrote something. It hasn't showed up on my computer yet, but my iPod, that's what it says. Hugh says, my iPod have a big delay. My phone not. Yeah, it's weird. It's like I didn't even get your message here on the OBS, but your message showed up on my phone right away. It's weird. There's definitely a delay. Good to see you all. I got a lot to talk about. Kind of a lot. I want to do it in a short time because I'm tired. If my eyes look tired, it's because I'm tired. It's midnight over here. What do we got going here? Been there before, just not for a while. Oh, okay. Nice to see you again, buddy. Nice to see you again. Now comes the two wheels. Oh, yeah. Also just going for two wheels, huh? Why is my chat so weird? That's weird. My chat on my OBS is different than my chat. Okay, I see what's going on. It's just really slow. My OBS chat is really slow. Yeah, I'm just getting Hube's. My iPad have a big delay, my phone not. I'm just getting his message right now on my screen right here. If I look at my phone, which is charging on the charger, the chat is a little fresher. Let's see. It says, stopped cutting my hair a year ago. Look like a Yeti with a solar panel. Nice. So also, Jim, you're going for a Hunter Cup probably, right? I like the Hunter Cup. I sat on it the other day, and it's comfortable. Oh my gosh! Finally. Okay, I think we can get started now. Finally, I just got notified that a test run of my video I'm going to be putting up soon. I don't know if you guys are aware. I don't know if you saw it, but I posted I have a new video coming soon. It's a long story, but anyways, I'm gonna have to break it into parts. It's really long, and I shot it on my iPhone 13 in HDR, full HDR, and I was shooting the video like I always did with my iPhone 10. The problem with it is this thing is incredible. They made it too good. It's like I have a brand new M1 MacBook Pro. I had to pick it up because I wasn't gonna buy it. I was gonna wait till the second gen came out, but my notebook just died on me, so I had to get this for work. So I have an M1 MacBook Pro, and then I bought this because my phone as well. My phone was an iPhone 10. It was always a little buggy, and then finally it crashed. And I use that for work as well. I shoot all my videos for my children's birthday parties and stuff on that, and I edit on the computer. Anyways, so I got this first, and I got that recently. So I've been shooting the video. I went on this vacation. It was a 5-day vacation. It was supposed to be 5 days. It ended up being 4 because of bad weather. Came home one day early. But I shot video the whole time like I shot video on my 10. I get home, I start video editing. I can show you guys. Check this out. This will blow your mind. Boom. This is my brand new M1 MacBook Pro's hard drive. See that little blue part? That is my OS, my software, my whatever else I have on there, all the apps and stuff. That's that. The gray area that you see, the majority of the hard drive is gray, that's the videos to this trip. That's all the videos to this trip. It's over 650 gigabytes of videos from this iPhone 13. HDR on the 13 is too good. Apple made something that even their hardware is not ready for yet. I mean, this camera is amazing on the phone. Beautiful picture quality. It'll just blow your mind. The nits are incredible. Like standard definition on it is 100 nits, right? This thing's 10,000 nits. HDR on this thing is 10,000 nits of brightness. I mean, it's just incredible, and it's just full HDR. So you have much more blacks. You have much more of the whites. You have this full spectrum of color that you don't. The color gamut's much huger, and so the picture quality is just insane. But I didn't realize how big the files were. Long story short, I broke into parts. My first day is a 50-minute video. I cut so much crap out. It was a lot longer, but I had to cut it down as best I could. Even at that, if I used the codec that YouTube says we should use to get the full features on, to get the full 4K, 60 frames per second, and HDR on YouTube, that would have been a 280 gigabyte file. I know YouTube's not going to let me upload that. So I'm using a different codec through Final Cut Pro. It's for Apple TV codec, where it does 4K, 60 frames, and the HDR thing. And I got compressed down to 8 gigabytes. I still don't even know. That was a test video. And it took me 27 hours to compress that 50-minute video, first part video. And it was just a test run to see if I could even do it. Yeah, it did it, but it took 27 hours to compress it. Just finished now. I started yesterday, early yesterday. When I say yesterday, I mean I started Friday. Yeah, I started Friday, early Friday. It's now Sunday morning over here in Japan. It just finished. And I still don't know if it's still 8 gigabyte file. I haven't even tried running doing a test run to YouTube, see if they'll even take it. I hope so, because I can't break them down any smaller parts than that. It's a lot. Oh, let's see. Let me get on the chat. I've been neglecting the chat. Wow, it's been okay. Everything is so slow. Sorry, it's my computer. My computer's slow. This message is held for review. Hang on. Show. My fast needs 125. Oh, okay. I see. You're talking about the bike. Okay. You're talking about the bike. Yeah. So that's what's going on with that video I'm going to put up soon. Um, it might take a little longer. I was hoping to have it out this weekend. I was hoping to have it out by now. I still have more editing to do. What it is, I got the rough cut done, and so I know the length. But now I have to put in all the titling, and I have to put in, I do translations. I put the time, I put the temperature when I'm talking, and I translate it to. I put all that stuff in. I change it to Fahrenheit. I change it, I do the metrics to miles and things like that. I change all that stuff. I have to put that in. All the titling has to go in, and yeah. So I'll have part one up hopefully by your Monday. I hope. I don't know. It takes literally over a day just to compress the. It's a 280 gigabyte file. It's even larger actually. It's even larger than that. To compress it down to 8 gigabytes for 50 minutes of video. These cameras on these phones are insane. They're really that good, guys. These cameras are insanely good. So it's gonna it's gonna take a while. Now another thing about part one. Part one is our first day, and I'm gonna title it. I'll give you guys a little preview. I'm titling it. What's it? I hate you, Murphy, and I don't know. Go to hell, Murphy, and take your laws with you, because it was everything that could go wrong went wrong that day. So I didn't get to do a lot of cool video showing things around because everything was either closed or something. It was a pretty rough day for my first day of driving to different locations, and so it's kind of funny. That part's kind of funny in a way. It was frustrating for me, but it'd be funny, I guess, for you guys. So I couldn't videotape much stuff, but it might be a little boring to some people. I'll be honest. It's just mostly driving and showing the numbers, showing how far I went on this charge, and what was it like, and blah blah blah. So it's a lot of that, and I think it's still important. I really do. That's why I didn't edit too much more out. I wanted to show what the van. It's a 6-year-old van, EMV 200. It's got a smallest battery pack you can think of for a car that size. I don't think there's anything else out there that matches it on small battery size. It's a teeny battery for such a big vehicle. I did take the middle row seats out. I took the second row seats. I took them out. That did help. It did give me a little bit better mileage, a little bit better performance, taking that weight out for the trip. Plus, it gave us extra room so we could sleep in the van. We use it as a camper. So I thought it was really important. I want to show how viable used EVs are. A lot of people have including me, I did for a long time. I had a negative connotation to those. It's like, I don't want to buy used because the battery's degraded and I'm not going to get the range. And I'm trying to show that the range is actually still pretty good. Yeah, there is degradation. There is a little loss of range. But I was really impressed with this van, what it did. Even the first day. But it just got better and better. My driving, I drove almost 1,000 miles in 4 days. And I just got really good at learning how to go uphill, up these mountains, and how to regen the best coming down stuff. I got really great range in that thing. And it's a really interesting, hang on, I want to catch up. Let's see. Take your time, no stress. Thanks, Hube, you're awesome. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Going to bed, I'll get in touch a little bit later. Nice to know you're around. Thanks also, Jim. Have a good one. Have a good night. I know it's late, dude. I'm tired too. Long video, short. I like everything. Thank you, Hope. You're so nice, Hugh. You're really nice. That's kind of you. I think it should be good. The first one is maybe a little more boring. I'm telling you, man. Come part 2 and part 3, it's gonna get exciting. One more little preview. I don't want to give away too much because it was an epic journey. Like I said, almost 1,000 miles. I went all over, and didn't plan ahead at all, which was crazy. But one more little hint is our Navi. And this is the Navi that came from Nissan. This is Nissan's own Navi. Well, I didn't use Google. I should have. I should have used Google. I used Nissan's Navi, and the dumb thing nearly killed us. Literally nearly killed us. And I don't want to give more away, but it was like, oh my gosh. My wife was practically crying. I mean, it was scary, scary crap. Up in the mountains, no signal, out in the middle of nowhere. And you gotta watch it. It's pretty amazing. But also, we also do finally get to see some pretty cool stuff. My wife is way better at planning stuff than me. I spent a long time the day before we left just finding all this cool stuff to check out. Every place, like I said, Murphy's Law, every place I went to, there was always a problem. I don't know. It was just crazy. So none of the things I planned worked out. But everything she planned worked out great. So thank goodness I had my wife with me. She's got the magic touch. So that's that. I mean, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I am having a heck of a time. I love this new computer too, MacBook Pro with the M1 chip. Whew. Wow, it's truly amazing. The battery really does last forever. However, I had to keep. I only charged to 80%. In fact, I'm unplugging right now because I got to 83. I only charged about 80% on this thing. I never charged 100, and so I'm having to keep plugging and unplugging because it took like 27 hours to compress the video. I can give you. I have a sample video. I can show you some of what the video looks like. Now, granted, keep in mind the video is not going to be. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good quality because this is HDR, and this software, the OBS, isn't set up to receive that kind of video codec. So it's going to look kind of weird. The video is not going to be the same quality. Trust me, when I put it up on YouTube, when I finally get it all figured out, it's going to be gorgeous. I mean, the video quality is just insane. So I keep checking my chat. Sorry. So let me show you a sample of the video real quick. Let's see. Can I do it? There. Here's a sample video. I turned the audio down. So we all look I look kind of washed out. The colors are off. It's because it's not the camera's fault. This is just because OBS is not handling it very well. But the video on this camera is insane. The cameras are insane. The lenses are incredible. I have a wide angle lens now on this. It came from the 12. Wow, it's beautiful. You get some really cool shots with that wide angle lens now. It's just amazing. Telephoto's really good. Dude, you can do a digital zoom on this thing to 5-power digital zoom. And it is noticeable a little bit that it's digital. It's a digital zoom, but not like it used to be. It's really clean. It's a really clean zoom. You really don't need those pros. You don't need to. I bought the standard iPhone 13. Let me turn that off. That was a sample of the video that you're gonna be seeing. So I bought the just standard 13. I didn't buy the Pro or the Pro Max. And the camera, the front camera and the back camera, they have the same capabilities. The front can do everything the back cameras can do. It's amazing. Of course, these are better quality for like wide angles, just really wide. And your telephoto, of course, you have a powerful telephoto on this. You don't have a telephoto on this, on the front camera. Back camera is a powerful telephoto. And when I say powerful, I mean for a phone. I know there's Android phones with way better telephotos, but for Apple, that's pretty good. And it goes I think it's like optical 2-power, and then after that, it's all digital to 5-power. And I know Apple brags about the Pros having a 3-power optical zoom. Whoop-de-doo! Because when you see what this thing can do, when you zoom out to 3-power, the digital zoom it kicks in. You can't tell the difference almost. It's that good. You really don't need the Pros. The only other thing the Pros will give you besides the 3-power optical zoom is they give you the raw video format. So it's kind of like a raw photo. It's very raw, and you upload it to your editing software, and you can do all the color correction and the contrast and the exposure. You can do it all in post production, and so you have more control over what the picture looks like, and it doesn't distort so bad. My phone doesn't do that. I don't have RAW, and so when I upload, if I start messing around too much, the picture kind of gets a little funky. You lose some of the quality. So that's where RAW comes in handy. It's just like RAW photos versus JPEG photos. But I honestly don't think I'd ever be using that. That would just be a pain in my butt, having to just every clip having to color correction and stuff. You can use presets, but you're going to be doing a lot of work. And that just makes the files even huger. And the files are big enough. This thing shoots This thing will shoot in Dolby Vision. That Dolby Vision HDR that they were bragging about when the 12 came out, 12 Pro Max came out. That was used to be a 12 Pro Max only feature. Now it's on the 13 standard. As well as the 12 Pro Max's lenses are now on the 13 standard. So I basically have a 12 Pro Max in my 13. It's basically the same as the 12 Pro Max for the price of a standard, you're not paying for the Pro price. Really good camera. And now they have that new cinema mode, cinematic effect mode. Beautiful. The picture quality is crazy. Photos are incredible. The low light is insane on this. I can get some gorgeous low light photos with this thing. So yeah, I can't brag about this enough, but they did almost too good of a job. It's almost too good of a job. The hardware isn't ready for this thing almost. Unless I have a desktop. If I had a desktop with terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of hard drive, this is only 1 terabyte. If I had like 4 terabytes of hard drive, it probably wouldn't have been such a big deal, and lots of memory to go along with it. But yeah, I have an M1 MacBook Pro, so I have 16 gigs of M and 1 terabyte drive. I couldn't afford a 2 terabyte drive, and it's maxed out, as you guys saw. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. So I'm having a hard time. I am having a hard time editing this video. The first part, let's see. Hugh says, my wife have iPhone 12, but only was for chatting. Only used for chatting. Oh, man, the cameras are incredible on the 12s and 13s. Wow, Apple, you really outdid yourselves. Beautiful, beautiful. Photos are really great, but the video is just insane. The video is insane with that Dolby Vision full HDR thing. Wow, it's really good, guys. I really, it's really impressive. But the files are huge. Just like a 30-second file is gonna be like a couple gigs. They're huge files. They're huge. Maybe it's not a couple gigs, but they're big files on the video files. Anyways, let me see. I got some other stuff. Let me see. Here's a picture of the 13. That's the one I got. I got the red. I had something else. I guess not. Well, I had this. This is a picture. This is a little hint. There's a hint on this because anybody that likes I'm tired, guys. Top Gear fans out there with the Top Gear, the old Top Gear with James May and Hammond and my brain's not working. So you had Hammond, May, and the big dude. Clark, right? Jeremy Clark, right? Anyways, those 3 guys, right? I think it was that Clark. Anyways, if you watched the one where they went in Japan and they were doing the race with the GTR, they started the race at that beach. So I'll give you a little hint of where we went. Okay. Another thing that's kind of cool is where's my picture? Not that one. Not that. Hang on. Bingo, there it is. This is an altimeter. I did not download it right away. I downloaded it in the middle of my trip because I was kind of curious how far up we were. I didn't realize it, but the whole time, starting Yamanashi to Nagano to Gifu to all these places I went to, you're up high you're up pretty high. You're the lowest I ever was 900 meters. That was the lowest. There were the one where we almost literally got in big trouble. We were almost 2,000 meters high. I mean, that was crazy. There's a mountain close to us that's over 3,000 meters high, and that one erupted just last year. It was kind of scary because we had to, if they had an eruption, we'd have landslides, and there was where we were, there was falling rocks. There was literally boulders on the ground. We were trying to drive around boulders and stuff because they have falling rocks all the time. And if there was an eruption, it would have been fun. And so it was really high up. We were really high up on this trip. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We went some really cool, interesting places. I just wanted to show you guys that. So this is one of the places I went to. I thought, wow, we're really high, and then I didn't realize it until later. That's pretty high, but we went actually way higher sometimes. So I didn't realize the lowest we ever gotten, and we started. Believe it or not, I don't know if that's high to you guys. To me, it's pretty high. And my wife really got affected by it. She started getting altitude sickness when we stayed, because we were just going up and down. But the lowest we get is like 900 meters, and then you go back up to like 2,000 and come back down and go back up, come back down, and that just wreaked havoc on her inner ear and stuff. She started getting really sick, and it was affecting me to a point, but it was crazy. Yeah, it was. To me, that's pretty high, for this island. So that's that. So that trip video will be cool. Part 1 might be a little boring because, like I said, Murphy's Law. Everything that could happen did happen. And not in a good way. And so that one might be a little boring, but I think it's really important to see I think I'm making these videos to show how to explain it. Like most channels out there, including Ian, and I like Ian's channel. Most channels out there, they buy new cars. After 3 years, they trade into it because they're doing leases, and they're trading up, and they're trading to another car, trading another car. I want to show what these cars can do, like the original EVs from the like the Leaf, the first gen Leaf, and this EMV. I want to show how they're holding up, what they're doing still. I think that's a lot of people have that on their mind, because they are affordable, pretty affordable cars if you buy them used, especially the first gen Leafs anymore. And are they viable? I mean, of course, in my country, in Japan, they're more viable than like if you live in the U.S. or if you live in UK. You're not going to get the range I can get over here with those speeds you guys have to deal with, and distances you have to go compared to Japan. But it's still an idea, especially for people who are all about living off grid. I know there's a lot of off gridders out there who watch my videos, and they want to be as self-sufficient as possible. I think electric cars are one of the best things to use. Yeah, some people want to make their own ethanol, they want to make those special cars that run off of anything basically, and you can do that, but it's just a lot more trouble than just putting up you put up 4 or 5 solar panels, and you got yourself a solar charging station for your electric car. Especially if you go first gen Leaf, something like with a smaller battery pack, should be perfect. And that will get you to your grocery shopping and back and stuff. If you need to leave if you're on a homestead or like your farm or something, you kind of out in the rural area and you need to go out. It should give you enough juice to get to town and come back. And so you could be full. Almost completely free fuel if you have solar panels, and things like that. So I think some people out there are wondering, is a 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old Leaf, is it viable in this day and age? Or because if they buy the car and then have to buy the battery, a new battery pack, that can bring up the cost quite a bit. So they're kind of curious, and so that's why I'm making these videos. So I think even the first part is really good for showing what this van is capable of doing. Such a small battery pack for such a big, heavy vehicle. Without, also it has no aerodynamics. Keep in mind, my model has no cooling. It's strictly passive cooling, just air cooling when you're moving. There's no liquid cooling at all, not even when you're charging on this thing. So I think this is really good to show. Let's see. Hube says, here the Netherlands is flat. Nice for EVs. That's great. You must have excellent range you must have excellent range. However, one thing I did find out on this trip is even this van, when you're in the mountains going up and down, you can really go quite a ways, way more than I thought I could. I traveled way further than I thought I could with this van. There's a point in the video. Okay, one example is, we had to come home early because we're trying to beat the rain. And unfortunately, it started raining in the middle of our trip. We were in Yamanashi. And the place I charged up at was in Yamanashi, right in the middle of Yamanashi. And if you look at a map of Japan, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But right in the middle of Yamanashi, I'm charging to 80. I think I charged to 83%, 82 or 83%. I and I was still in the mountains, high up. I was still by the time I got to there, I think I was only about 600 meters, 500 meters. Wasn't as high as I had been. It started when you get to Yamanashi. You start in Chino. Chino's 900 meters, and then you start coming down, 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 down. It's just a slow grade down until you get to Tokyo, or even then, even in Tokyo, you're still in the mountains. Kind of, you're going through Hachioji, Tokyo. It's mountainous, and so you go through from Yamanashi into Hachioji, and you still come down the mountain, and then you get into like Shinjuku and stuff, and you're down to almost water level or ocean level, whatever, sea level. And so when I started a trip, I was at about 600 meters, and I was just coming down, down, down. So even though I only charged 82%, we were able to make it all the way home. I didn't charge again, and that's from Yamanashi to here. That's almost 100 miles from where I charged in a van that size at 82%. Going through the mountains, I still was going up. There was a section where I went down, 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 but then when I got I went through another prefecture. It goes Yamanashi, and I think it's Kanagawa, and then Hachioji. When I was in Kanagawa prefecture, I started going back up again. It was crazy, and I thought, oh my gosh, because I started watching the battery go because I was going back up. And I was like, oh crap. And then I got to Hachioji, and then I started coming back down. But it wasn't as strong. It wasn't like I could get like a lot of region. I think I maybe got 2% back from region by the time I got down to sea level. But luckily, it's just by then I was really good at driving that van as economically as possible, and so I was able to make it all the way home. And it's still from Shinjuku to my house, it's still 70 kilometers. So I had to really, and I was going like 60 kilometers an hour and stuff because I was on the highways. And you have these big trucks, you can't go slow. They will push hard. I was actually going 70, actually. It was a 60 zone, but they want to go like 80 to 100. I can't do that, but I had to go to 70. Otherwise, it got dangerous. People get really dangerous if you go the speed limit. You have to go over. So I was going about 70. Let's see what we got here. I find out that my Ionic on the example 40% went. Hube, you got an Ionic? The new one? The one that James in Scotland has? What's it called? The Ionic. What's that thing called? Ionic something. That thing's incredible. That says 40% when standing still for 1 hour and drive stay in 1 second go 7% down. Wow, really? Standing still for 1 hour and drive stay in 1 second go 7% down. That's crazy. Seems like a SOC correction, state of charge correction. Yeah, I think so. I use always to calculate runs with my OBD on the head unit. Okay. No Ionic 5, but the 23. Okay. Yeah, James in Scotland, Lemon Tea Leaf, he has the new 5. Oh my gosh, that thing's gorgeous. It's huge. That thing's huge. I didn't realize it's that big. That's a big car. But yeah, so he must have a really good job, because when the new Leaf came out, second gen Leaf came out, he was quick to buy that. But as soon as he got that, he switched over to the Kona. He switched over to the Kona, and then as soon as the Ionic 5 was available, he went over to the Ionic 5. That guy, he upgrades quickly. I was like, nah. Ina means I wish I could do that. But yeah, so yeah, he's on that. He's onto the 5 now. I do like those Ionics, all of them. They're really good. We can't get them over here in Japan. I'm stuck. What I have for choices over here, they are better than they used to be, but I'm still limited. Of course, I have Tesla Model 3, Model S, and X. Y is still not. You can't even pre-order a Y over here. Let's see, what else do I have available? The Leaf, the iMeave from Mitsubishi, Jaguar, the I-Pace is now available over here. I think there's another one, but there's not a lot, and so yeah, you guys are lucky. I did a test drive in the Ioniq 5. Great car. Really? Okay. I wish I could test drive it. I wish I could just see one in person. I really would like to see one in person. That's not going to happen unless I go to Korea or go to anywhere else in the world. Anywhere else but Japan. They still have there's not a very good relationship between the two countries, especially business-wise. Anyway, so that's why I'm doing my channel. I just want to show people what they can look forward to if they do plan on holding on to their cars. I know a lot of people lease. A lot of people do lease. I don't prefer leases because I feel like I put all that money into the vehicle. I want something when I'm done. I want something physical to be available when I'm done making all those payments. You know, it kills to you've been making these giant payments for 3 years and just to give the thing back, that hurts. I know you get a new car out of it, but it's just not the same. I'm old school. I like to own the vehicle. I like to also customize, make the car my own and stuff. You can't do it with a lease. Not as much with a lease. And so that's why I do what I do. And also leases over here are not a good deal at all. Leases in America can be a very good deal. I don't know about the UK. I don't know about Netherlands or anything like that. But Japan, terrible deal. Terrible deal for a lease. They only do you'll be lucky to find a 3-year lease. Most of them are 5 over here. And the monthly payments are insane. Starting at like $600 and work your way up, basically, a month. Insane payments. Not a good deal. So that's why I don't do that anymore. Let's see here. All right, good. I'm all caught up on the comments. Let's talk about the new Nissan. You guys probably know about it. Japanese don't. The Nissan Townstar. Look at that. Now, what I found interesting... Oops, moving things around. I shouldn't be moving around. There we go. What I found interesting about this car, get over it. It sounds like they made it out like it's ground up, brand new. It's a collaboration between Renault, Mitsubishi, and Nissan to make this incredible new car. It just comes out 44 kilowatt hour, 90, and it's got a 90 kilowatt motor, blah blah blah, more improved than the EMV 200 original, the previous blah 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 blah. It's a Renault Kangoo. It's Renault. It's just a Renault, according to... Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Move this out of the way. So according to this guy, he says, Nissan's new Townstar electric van is a rebadged Renault Kangoo. What? So Nissan's still kind of up to their games? Are you kidding me? And I like the front end. Look, that front end is really nice, especially on the E version, the electric version. The front end is really nice because it's kind of copying the Aria. The gasoline, the petrol version, not as nice looking in the front. And the side profile and the rear profile is awful. I don't like them. I mean, I have a hard time with my own car. You know, my own car. Let's see if I can find it. The side profile is not that pretty either on the EMV, the first gen EMV. But this new Townstar, let's see. Let's go back to the Townstar. Where is my Townstar picture? Oh, there's. All right. There we go. Okay. So the Townstar, the front end is much nicer on the E version. And I like how they do you can't even see the where the port, the charge port is. It's behind the badge. It's pretty cool how they did it. Pretty clever. It's hidden really well. It also, like I said, it has a bigger motor, gives you more horsepower, more torque than the original. And it's a totally revamped interior. And it also, I think it comes standard. I don't know, maybe not standard, but it has ProPilot. They're actually going to put ProPilot on the thing. Only the E. If you buy the petrol version, ProPilot is not available, but the E will have ProPilot. That's amazing. So it will park itself. It's gonna have the parking ability. It's gonna have the adaptive cruise control, full automated cruise control. Pretty nice van. Well, we got some comments. I saw some comments going on. Let's see. This one is nice. I mean, your car. Oh, thank you. I like it. I really am liking. I bought this used last year, and I was a little nervous about it but it was so much cheaper than the blue one I had cost me over 50 grand. It was over $50,000 for such a truck feeling van. It's just a work vehicle. All they did is they changed the dash a little bit. They changed the seats a little bit. That's it. Everything else is just original parts from the work van. And so I felt like 50 grand was an awful lot. 16,000, not such a big deal, right? And the battery seemed like it was in pretty good shape. Sure enough, on this trip we found out the battery's in excellent health, I think. I made some excellent numbers on the battery pack. The only thing that kind of upsets me about mine is these trips where I travel almost 1,000 miles. I traveled almost 1,500 kilometers. I can only do in the spring and the fall. Wintertime, because you're using heater or whatever, you can't do it. In summertime, with the air conditioning and stuff, you can't do it. You can't do those trips. You have to be able to do the trips without using any kind of climate control system to get these miles and stuff. Also, summertime, you charge and you'll be lucky to get 3 quick charges in one day before the battery pack is too hot to charge anymore. So it's just not an option with the passive cooling battery pack. Not possible. So that's the only thing I don't like. What I hear about this new van, it's going to have it's a full BMS, a full liquid cooling battery pack, as well as, like I said, all that safety. It's even going to have a special towing assist software, so you won't have the towing sway problem. Let me turn some of these things off so you can see me again. Boom and boom. Okay. So it's going to have a towing assist, so if you're towing something, it won't sway. It's going to have side wind assist. It's going to have all these different automated assist things. Some are good. I've tried some of them on some of these cars. Some are very annoying. Like, one of the things I didn't like was when I had the pedestrian collision avoidance system and things like that. You'll be driving and the sensors will pick up something and it'll panic. The car will panic. It'll think you're about to hit something. You're not going to, but it thinks it does. And it'll just cut all your power. And you'll be like pulling out into an intersection or pulling out on a T. It was always a T for me. There was this T section where there was something on the side that it tripped the sensors. And I'd be pulling out and there'd be a truck coming or a car coming. And I'm trying to pull out in the traffic, and the dang thing would just, all my power would be cut. It would just cut. It wouldn't break, but it would cut all my power. I'm like, wow! It freaked me out. So some of the stuff isn't so great, but it's kind of cool that they're putting it in now. I still think it's going to have the same suspension as the first gen. It's going to have that leaf spring truck suspension in the back. I hope they really improve those seats a lot. The second row seats on my EMV are hideous. You have no leg room, and they're hard as a rock, and you can't the backrest the backrest part you can't recline or anything. It's just it's a very stiff seat, and so not comfortable. The back seats are way more comfortable, softer, and they can recline and stuff, but you're right over the leaf springs in the back. On the third row, you're back, so it's bouncy. Bum, 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 bum. It's pretty bouncy, and so. Yeah, I mean, I don't see this new one. I don't think it's gonna get any better. Let's see if I can find it again. Where was it? Here, boom. This one I still think is gonna be the same suspension. I think. Let's see here. Yeah, but. The positive on it are way bigger battery pack, 44 kilowatt hour. That's twice the size of my EMV, and liquid cooling, battery cooling, so you summertime should not have issues traveling far. What else? I mean, they're saying the range on that's going to be in miles 100 and they're promising something like 170 miles on one charge. That's pretty. I mean, it's not great, but that's completely doable. And the reason why I say that is because I can go almost 100 miles on an 80 some percent charge. I never charged 100% on my van. So 80, like if I push it to, I do sometimes push it to 90%. If I push it 90%, I'm getting about 100 miles of range on one charge. That's almost half of what this new van can do. And that's maybe for people, I guess UK people will probably be okay. Like just like Japan, everything's more everything's more compact. If you're living in America, it still might be rough. Canada or America, Russia. If you're living in one of these gigantic countries, South America, anywhere in South America. South America's huge, or Australia, gigantic continent. If you're living in these huge countries, it might still be rough, but it is doable. It is totally doable. It's much better than what I got. But I'm not saying to run out and buy one either. I mean, you can if you want, but if you, of course, you guys have better leases than I have. I would do a lease on that. And if you want to buy one, after the lease is up, there'll be used ones available, and you can get a really good deal. I would definitely think about buying used in the future. These vans are amazing. Yeah, you have to get used to that truck suspension. It's very bouncy and very hard ride. But damn, they're so versatile because the seats they unbolt so easily. These seats are kind of like an afterthought. These are originally work vans, and they threw some seats in, so they're easy to unbolt. You pop them out, and you can do so much stuff with them. They're very versatile cars, and the range is, for me in this country, the first gen is plenty of range. I'm doing great. 4 days, I did almost 1,000 miles in 4 days. The range is not an issue, except summertime when I can't charge past 3 charges. That becomes an issue. Let's see. So they have this with fully windows. Hugh, I don't mean. What do you mean by fully windows? You mean power windows? No, he doesn't mean power. Or you mean? Because that's a panel van showing there. The panel vans are the work vans. Yeah, they call it the wagon. I think the consumer version it's gonna have windows in the back and the side. Yeah, it's gonna have windows all the way around. I think that's what you're asking. Yeah, this is the panel. This is the work van. That picture is the work van. The passenger, the consumer model, it looks nice. The interior is way different. I mean, your car. Oh wait, that's old message. Sorry, the car. So on the windows, the car. So the car have the fully windows. I think you mean that. So like on the consumer version, they've, unlike the EMV, my EMV it looks just like a work van for the most part, except for the dash is a little bit different because it's the E version, and they have the seats, but like the door panels are all the same. Everything else is basically the same on it. With this one, they've changed the seats. The seats are a little higher quality seats. The paneling is much better, higher quality looking paneling. The dashboard's better. It has a nicer, bigger display. It's still only an 8-inch Navi. It looks bigger because they kind of trick you. It has a tablet looking interface, but the actual navigation, this actual screen is still only 8 inches. They could have gone bigger. The bezels are ridiculous on it. It should have been bigger. But yeah, it does look more consumer than the EMV does versus the work vehicle. But I feel like the suspension. I have a feeling they didn't say anything in the. It's just, they didn't say anything. It comes out next year. In the debut video, or whatever you want to call it, the review of it, they didn't mention anything about the suspension, but I have a feeling it's leaf spring, which is a very hard ride for a van. You're talking. Okay, good. Thanks, Hugh. So yeah, the consumer model is much nicer than the work vehicle. Much different looking. Much different looking. Um, and in Europe, you guys can choose 60/40 doors like this or tailgate like that. We in Japan right now you can't buy the EMV over. You can't lease it or buy it. They dropped it about a year and a half. Well, the 40 kilowatt when the 40 kilowatt EMV came out, they sold it over here for like 6 months and they just dropped it. I don't know why they stopped selling it. Must not have been selling many, and it cost a lot to ship over, so they just dropped it. I'm hoping with this new one they'll try again and they'll bring it over here for a while. Hopefully it'll sell a few hundred units. Um, I'm hoping, but if it does become available, it'll probably be just like last time. I can only choose. You don't get to choose the grades. You only get one grade, the super high grade, and you can't choose 60/40 split. You'll just get the tailgate. I won't be able to choose that stuff. But I'm hoping it'll come over anyways, because I would like to get one of those used eventually to replace my EMV eventually. Or if they don't bring it over, I'll just buy. Maybe by then I can get a 40 kilowatt hour battery, from a 40 kilowatt hour EMV, and buy battery pack from that and pop it into my current van. There are conversion kits out there. Not available here in Japan yet, but hopefully in the future. We'll see how it goes. Edwin, let's see what it says. The van is a rebadged Renault Kangoo. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. It turns out it is. I even showed. Let's see here. I had this up. Boom. Yeah, I had that. I had the story up too, buddy. Would be astonished if it has leaf spring suspension. Oh, really? So the Kangoo doesn't have leaf springs? Oh, that's nice. So I don't know anything about the Kangoo. I've seen it. We have the gasoline version Kangoo over here, but I've never driven or anything. I don't know anything about it. So you're saying the Kangoo it's a McPherson strut system. Cool. Awesome. No, Kangoo would be astonished if it has leaf spring suspension. That'd be great. That is exciting. That's really good because that changes everything. That makes it much more comfortable, much more realistic for a consumer model than what the EMV is. The EMV, it feels like a work truck when you're inside, very much so. But I do use it as a school bus, and that's fine. My little kids aren't going to complain. But taking long trips with my wife, it was pretty bad, especially when you take any weight out. I took a lot of weight out when I took the second row of seats out, so you made it even lighter in the back. So it's like it bounces really bad when you go over a bump. Pretty crazy. Hugh says, "How about a Model 3 for you?" Oh gosh, I would love a Model 3, and they are becoming more affordable over here. Finally, in Japan, I can get one for less than a Leaf. A second-gen Leaf now costs more than a Model 3. Unbelievable. Model 3 is like... okay, build quality-wise, I think the Leaf would beat... just edges the Model 3 still. The Tesla's still behind on quality control still. So quality control-wise, Leaf beats the Model 3. But everything else, Model 3 beats the Leaf. I mean, everything else. The looks, the comfort, the features... the power, the range, the battery quality, like all that stuff is way better than a 3. I would love to get a 3. I don't have the money to buy a new car right now. Especially what's going on, with all this chaos that's going on right now. It's hard to get new students. It's a little rough right now, so I can't buy new. But yeah, I would love to get a 3. I do have a Cybertruck pre-ordered, but I knew when I pre-ordered that I would never see that for many years. And according to Elon Musk, I was going to talk about this too. He just had his quarterly meeting, and he's saying they're going to start production in 2022, but the real production the real production really starts in 2023. So that means for sure I will not see because I ordered the rear-wheel drive only. I didn't order the dual motor. I ordered a single motor, and so that I'm looking at 2025 over here probably. At the soonest. It's a joke. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna That's so long. That's so far away from now. I don't even know what's going to be happening by then. It's kind of silly, but I have that pre-ordered. That's another reason why I don't know what to do about the 3. I really want a 3, but if I want to get that Cybertruck, if it ever is available, even in 2025, it's going to take a lot of my money to get. I'm not going to be any younger by then. I'm not near retirement age yet, but I don't want to be like close to retirement age and making payments on a vehicle. It's like, and I know like not yet, but the 3 is really close. And the Y for sure, the Y will have some of these features, and the Cybertruck's gonna have them for sure. It's gonna have the 1,000,000-mile battery hopefully by then with those new cells they have, and it's got the 1,000,000-mile powertrain. So if I get the new 3, like not yet. When I wait, the 3 will eventually have all that stuff too. But if I get the Cybertruck or a later Model 3 that has those features, then I can, at least I know when I get done paying the vehicle off, it's gonna last me till I can't drive over here, and then I can pass it on to my kids and stuff, and that'd be kind of cool to be able to pass something like that on to them. So yeah, I would love a 3. I would love a 3. The Hube 3s are nice, and they're really good looking. And you know what's funny? I actually like the white ones. Those are the cheapest ones, and I actually prefer that color. The white 3s are amazing looking. Unfortunately, everybody else over here likes the white 3s as well, so that's all I ever see. Very seldom do you see a dark gray or a black or a blue or a red. It's just white. Now, the only other color I do like from the 3 is the charcoal gray. That thing's beautiful, especially when you get you have like black wheels on it. That's a nice looking car. The charcoal gray or the white, those are really good looking 3s. I like them. The Y is not a bad car either, but you can't even pre-order that right now over here. But yeah, right now I can't buy new. I still, I got these 2 used cars. The van, I'm not even allowed to. I can't do anything with that. I can't trade in or anything because of the kind of loan I got with that when I traded my. I traded my. How's it go? No, it's the Leaf. No, sorry, the Leaf. I traded in my blue EMV for the black Leaf. That's right. The black Leaf, I can't do anything. I have to pay that off completely because the kind of loan I have. I can't change loans. I'm stuck with that loan, and that's kind of a high interest loan because of my situation when I traded in. Because my blue van has such. Remember, that's a $50,000 car. I had it not even 3 years yet, I think. Maybe I had it just about 3 years. And so I still had a lot of money left on that bad boy. And it transferred over to the Leaf, the black car. The money I still owed. They gave me good trade-in value. They did give me good trade-in value on the van. But I still had a lot of money left over. I transferred over to the black lease loan. And carried over to that. And because of that, they won't let me. I can't do anything. I can't pay off the loan quickly. I have to pay that high interest and pay off that loan slowly, and then I can do something with it. But I'm having such a good time with that car too. The Leaf is just doing wonders. It's incredible. As old as that thing is, that thing's 7 years old now, and it's still doing great. I have no complaints, no mechanical issues at all. Just a wonderful car. It's so nice to drive after driving the EMV for a while, and it makes it really feel like you're in a super expensive Caddy or something like that. It's just a really nice ride, and so yeah, I can't buy any new cars for a while. I wish I could. Let's see what else we got. Thank you. Can lease. Then you can lease by Tesla or not. Tesla doesn't offer lease over here in Japan. Not yet. Maybe in the future. Chinese made Model 3Y are much better built than. Yeah, of course. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that. Come on now. Anything that's made, except for maybe Mexico, any other country is better than American made. No offense to the Americans. I'm American, but They have such a bad track record for making vehicles. I'm sorry, they do. They're spoiled. Americans are spoiled. They really are. The unions have way too much power. They're so spoiled, and so they don't really try hard for the companies and stuff. But the Chinese are hard workers, the diligent workers. They want to do a good job, and they do try hard. I mean, this phone is amazing. It's amazing. I didn't think I was gonna like it so much. I was like, I just needed a phone. I was like, my tin died pretty much, and so like, I need a phone. I didn't want to buy it, but I had to get it. Wow. And this Chinese made. Yeah, I had a feeling about that. Yeah, the 3 too. The Chinese 3 has a heated steering wheel. If you buy the certain version, like I think if you buy the extended range, if you buy the extended range, it has a heated steering wheel. Fremont doesn't have that, according to somebody on YouTube. I mean, maybe that's not true, but some guy in Fremont, the Fremont model doesn't have that. So the Chinese model even has a little bit nicer features and stuff. That's pretty cool. See, that's Fremont. Looking forward to the Berlin Model Y here in the UK. Absolutely. Oh yeah, Gigafactory's coming up fast in Berlin. Yeah. Me also waiting Berlin to open. Right. That's gonna be amazing. Oh gosh, we all know how the Germans are. They're like, come on, man, come on now, expert craftsmanship. I mean, they make the best cameras in the world, the best cameras in the world, and hands down, probably some of the best vehicles in the world come from Germany. Germans are master craftsmen, and they take their jobs seriously, unlike an American. No offense to Americans, any Americans out there. I don't want to offend any Americans, but Americans have been spoiled and they're lazy, kind of. And also, with America making all these different states making it legal to smoke marijuana, yikes. I just think that's going to affect production quality. I'm sorry, but I think it does. You have the robots doing more work, thank God, but you still have some line people, doing the work in the line. And if they're stoned when they're doing it, yikes. Like I remember before marijuana became legal in most states, they had some news thing, did an undercover thing where they went to Detroit and they were filming all these auto workers on their lunch breaks getting stoned or drunk. And I was thinking, oh my gosh. And now it's legal to get stoned. You can't get drunk, but it's legal to get stoned on your lunch break. Yikes. So, yeah, the Germans are going to make one hell of a car. I think it's going to probably be the best made Tesla out there, for sure. And then right behind them will probably be China. It'd be great to see a Korean plant or a Japanese plant. For my sake, Japanese plant would be great. But I don't know. I don't know if that's ever going to happen because China's cheap. Japan is like as expensive as America. I would think as expensive as America for building cars. Korea maybe not as expensive, but China's the cheapest. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Unless you do North Korea, but I don't know. I don't think Tesla will ever get in North Korea. Who knows? Maybe Elon can do something about that. But yeah, so the German Gigafactory, that's pretty cool. And so is the UK Gigafactory. That's pretty cool too. Yeah. Those are huge. Like a lot of people, I don't think they can understand the size, just the scope of the size of these buildings and how long. This is crazy. It's just crazy the size of these gigafactories. That's pretty cool. Right on, guys. Right on. So cool. Let's see here. I just bought a couple 75 euro phone. No, I bought a Oppo 75 euro phone. I use the phone for my car connected with the car. Oh yeah. Okay, I see. Your car probably has Apple CarPlay. By the way, that new van from Nissan has Apple CarPlay and also Android Auto. My EMV, no Android Auto or CarPlay. And every time I get a newer iPhone, it gets harder and harder to sync with the Bluetooth and stuff. It's just it's pretty dated. The navigation system in the Leaf and the van are pretty dated. And so it's getting harder and harder to connect my newer phones to those things, but they still kind of work, kind of. So, yeah. So I think I hit everything I want to hit. I hope you guys, yeah, hey, guys, send me some questions before I get off. It's getting late. I would love to stay and chat for you guys forever, but it's been an hour and I'm tired. It's 1 o'clock in the morning over here in Japan. My family's trying to sleep. But if you have any questions, hit me up with a question or a comment, and I can respond to that. But yeah, I just want to one more time, real quick, for the people that are just joining. Um, my video I posted, I'm gonna have a video coming out soon. It's gonna maybe be a little delayed. I just finished one. Like, I don't know if this is gonna affect the video. I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I just finished a video. It's on my movies.
Hey guys.
Gosh dang, the picture quality is insane on that though.
Oh
my gosh, the picture is insane on that. I just finished compressing video to 8 gigabytes. It was originally 280 gigabytes. I compressed it to 8 gigabytes. I don't even know. It's a test video. I'm gonna test. I'm gonna see if I can upload it to YouTube after I'm done doing this live stream. If YouTube will take an 8 gigabyte file, then I have to go in and finish it. I have to finish the editing. So I kind of a rough cut right now. I'm gonna final cut it. I'm gonna finish the editing and then I'll put it up. And it takes, just to compress the video, it took me 27 hours on a MacBook M1 chip, MacBook Pro M1. It's gonna take another 27, 28 hours to compress the video again, and then upload it again to YouTube. And with an 8 gigabyte file, it's probably gonna take almost a day for YouTube to process it to get the full quality video out of it. So it might be Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know. It's going to be a while before you guys will see it, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I was hoping to have it out by now. But these cameras on these phones are so dang good. They're almost too good. And like I said, I filled up my hard drive on this whole computer is all from there. It's all from just, that gray area is just video from the trip. Video from the trip on my iPhone filled up my whole computer. 650 some gigabytes of video from my phone. It's insane. The video quality is insane. And then when you're editing on Final Cut, it actually boosts the it becomes huger. It becomes just gigantic. The first time I was going to export. I think I did an hour and a half. No, it was almost 2 hours, hour and 50 minutes. It was an hour and 50-minute video originally. And I was going to export it to YouTube. And when I went to the export menu on Final Cut Pro, it told me it was going to be a 1.7 terabyte file originally. I'm like, what? Yeah. The Final Cut boosts the video. So, I mean, I only had at that time, I had less than 200 gigabytes of space available on my hard drive, and it wanted almost 2 terabytes of space to transfer the file to. And I knew, of course, YouTube's not going to take a 1.7 terabyte file anyways. So I had to really, I went into panic mode. So I started just chopping my video up. I made it shorter and shorter and shorter, and so it's going to be a 4 or 5 parter probably. I am sorry for that. I don't like doing that because nobody ever watches the other parts. They always watch first part and then they never move on to the other parts. But this time I put I put little sneak previews of what's coming, what's going to be coming at the end of part 1. You'll see the sneak preview to the part 2, 3, and 4. And so hopefully that'll get you guys to keep coming back and watch the other parts. Because if you just watched first one and didn't see what was coming, you might not want to watch more, because I told you my first trip, the day of the 4-day trip, the first day, everything went wrong. It just nothing worked out for me, and so it was kind of a boring video. The second day things get way better, but I haven't gotten to that. I haven't even been able to edit that part. I can't do any more editing until I finish this video, put it up on YouTube so I can delete those video files on my hard drive so I can start editing the second day's videos. I mean, my hard drive is so full I can't even do any more editing right now. So there. Let's see. Oh, yes. Any news on the Aria? Still waiting for UK. The Aria is coming real soon, guys. As a matter of fact, it's coming end of this month or end of next month. I'm hoping I can get a test drive. The problem with over here in Japan, the problem with it is it's such an expensive car. I really doubt if many dealerships are going to have an Aria for test driving. That's going to be their flagship. That's their flagship EV. I don't know how many dealerships are going to have it, but I'm going to do everything I can to get a test drive. I will. I promise you. Because I want to try it out. Still, I think a Y kicks its butt, really, personally. Personally, I think a Y is going to kick its butt. Aria has some kind of cool features to it. So nice. It's a little bit more sophisticated on the inside than a Y. It's sophisticated, like not modern, but sophisticated on the inside. But I don't think it's going to make up for the price of the Y versus the Y. I think they're about the same size and specs, but the Y's got better range, I think, or maybe the same range too. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I mean, the Aria over here starts at $60,000 almost, and that's for the small 70 kilowatt hour battery. No, 60 kilowatt, 65 kilowatt hour battery. It's not 4-wheel drive. You want the 4-wheel drive with the bigger battery and everything. You're looking at probably around $100,000. That's I don't know, man. I don't know how it's gonna sell. Maybe it'll sell better in other countries than over. I don't know. Well, I don't know. But yeah, I'll do a test drive of that. Let's see. 9 a.m. here. Much better time for me. Okay, cool. Well, then I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I'll start doing my live streams in the middle of the night. Just they'll have to be short because I'm running on fumes. My eyes are blurry actually. Let's see here. What else we got? Better time for me too, says Hube. Okay, good to know. Compared to the Y at fully charged, Aria much better. Fully charged. Aria much better? Really? Okay. Interesting. So Hube says, no, not Hube. Who's this? This is Edwin. Edwin says, compared to the Y at fully charged living, Aria much better. I'm not sure what he means by living, but he's saying the Aria has better range than the Y. Interesting. But that has to be the top of the line Aria. That wouldn't be the 65 kilowatt hour one, would it? That's probably the 100 kilowatt, whatever it is, the bigger battery one is. Yeah, I'm looking forward to test driving. It looks pretty nice. Styling wise, it's not bad. It's not bad. I kind of like it. I'll know more when I can see it in person. I did see it once in person at the Ginza Nissan Crossings place. I was gonna take some video and they kicked me out, so I'm sorry I couldn't get any video of it. It looks pretty nice. And honestly, I've never seen a Y in person because you can't even pre-order those things over here. So yeah. Good to know, though. Good to know. So the Aria actually has better range. What's kind of cool about the Aria is we have a thing called Leaf to Home. What it is a home inverter. Giant. It's a really powerful inverter, and you can plug plug your EV into it, your Leaf, or your EMV, or the Aria now, and you can power your house from the battery pack. Pretty cool. And also you can also use that in reverse. You can use that inverter to charge up your car extra quick too. That's another thing that's interesting about that new van. The new van, the Townstar. Where's that picture now? Right here. This van has it comes standard with a 7 kilowatt charger. No, I'm sorry, 11 kilowatt charger standard AC charger. But you can, if you buy the higher version one, or if you want to opt for it on the lower version, you can get it up to a 22 kilowatt AC charger. That's insane. Over here, we just went to 7 kilowatt on the Leaf. The second gen Leaf just finally got to 7 kilowatt for AC charger, and to have to convert your house grid to charge it, a 7 kilowatt charger, it's like $1,000 over here to convert. Japanese houses aren't really they're not used to that kind of amperage and that kind of power. So 11 kilowatt charger will never be used over here. And 22, that'll never be possible in this country for your home to charge. But that's crazy. A 22 kilowatts is is a quick charger. It's a rapid charger at the convenience stores. We have three different power rapid chargers. We have the 22s. We have a 20. Let's go. 22, 25, and 40 something, right? Something like that. Or is it 22, 30? I don't know. But we start at 22. Our quick chargers start at 22. And that's considered a rapid charger. You can now get an AC charger for this new Roadstar with a 22 kilowatt charger, AC charger. So you can, from your house, you can do a quick charge, basically a quick charge. That's insane. That's insane. I have a feeling Aria is going to offer something like that too in your country. Over here in Japan, Aria, you'll probably get a 7 kilowatt onboard charger with that. I don't know. Maybe they'll offer 11, but then I can only imagine what it's going to cost to have that charger, that wall charger, installed in your house to do 11 kilowatts on your car. They're not going to offer 22 over here. I can't imagine that. I don't think anyone's power grid can handle that over here. Let's see here. 22 kilowatt AC charging is standard in France as it has been used for the Zoe for the last 10 years. Are you kidding me, Edwin? Jeez, Japan is so far behind the EV market. 22 is insane. That's a quick charge at the convenience stores. Every time I charge a quick charge, I always say this is a gentle charger because it's 22 to 30, I think it is, like between 22 and 30 kilowatts usually at the convenience stores. If you want the full 50, which is actually 47 kilowatts, you have to go to a Nissan dealership for those chargers. And I talked to the guy about that. It's like, they're all excited about the Aria. It's like, do you guys have 150 kilowatt chargers for it? He says, well, first of all, it's not going to be 150 kilowatts. It's going to be 100. I said, 100 for that battery pack on the Aria? How long is that going to take to charge to 80%? They couldn't answer that question, but they said, that's just what we're going to do. I said, do you have any available? He says, no, we don't have any available. But they're going to put them in. They're going to start converting the chargers to 100 kilowatts soon. I was like, well, you better hurry. So that should be interesting. Like, just Japan is so far behind. Yep. Yeah. See, I charged my car for 3 years at 12 amps. A home plug. 12 amps. That's low amperage, dude. Even for over here, I'm running 16 amps. I'm at 16 amps on my home charger. I take it the 7s are probably 32 amps, and then 11s are, they have to be higher than that. I can't even imagine what a 22 kilowatt. You'd have to have a huge amperage fuse. Most Japanese houses can't even have. They would have to rewire a lot of houses just to do 22 over here. They wouldn't be able to do it. Also, with electricity rates work over here, nobody could afford it. Even the rich people would go broke trying to charge a car at 22 kilowatts from their house. The electricity rates are so high over here by the kilowatt. They're so high over here. You couldn't afford it. Dang, Hube, 12 amps. That takes some time. That's why I like these smaller battery cars. I do like them for that. They charge really quick. Like summertime takes 20 minutes on even the. No, I take it back. 20 minutes on a Nissan charger. 20 minutes I can go up to 80% on a Nissan charger. If I go to the convenience store, those 22 kilowatt chargers, it takes about a full 30 minutes, but I still can get to 80% in the summertime. Wintertime, I have to do 2 charges. It takes about 45 minutes to charge to 80% in the wintertime on a 22 kilowatt charger. That's why I'm blown away that they have 22 kilowatt chargers at their house. To me, it's a rapid charger. It's a gentle rapid charger, but I mean, you could charge to 80% on one of these cars, a 24 kilowatt hour battery. You can charge in about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, depending on what the weather's like. That's a quick charge as far as I'm concerned. That's crazy. You guys can do that from your house. That's so cool. That's really cool. I learned something today. And one fuse at 230 volts. Wow. 230 volts. Okay. We're 200 over here. America's 220. You guys are 230, huh? Yeah, it's only 200 over here. 200 volts. And my house because I wired it. I'm American, so I wired it differently than most Japanese houses. I think my fuse blocks is at 32 amps, and that's crazy. Most houses over here are 8 to 12 amps is their biggest fuse they have. I mean, like the main fuse. The main fuse is usually 8. Like apartments is 8 amps, and a house is like 12 amps. I'm 32 because I was running some heavy duty. I actually had a German stove. It was a really big, powerful stove for this big room because I had these big windows and everything. I had this big German stove to heat up the house. And it was, I hardly ever used it because, wow, my electric bill was like ridiculous. Like I had a $500 electric bill one month just using that stove for a few times. But yeah, my house is wired for it though. I have a lot of amperage in this house. Very unique house. And, so that's cool. I could probably do something like 11 kilowatt. I don't think even my house couldn't do 22 kilowatts probably, but I could probably do 11 kilowatt if it was available. I think the Aria might be able to do it. I don't know. I don't know what the home charger is going to be like for the Aria. Like the Leaf to Home I was telling you about, where you can plug the Aria. The Aria's got such a big battery. You plug that thing in, you could probably run your house for like 3 or 4 days off of the battery if you had to in an emergency situation. However, charging it is equivalent to a 7 kilowatt AC charger. So, yeah, I mean, to me that's fast because I'm still working off 3 kilowatt chargers. The first gen Leaf never had a 7 kilowatt charger option in Japan. I know it was over in America and Europe, but over here it was strictly 3. When they finally went to the second gen Leaf, they offered a 7 kilowatt. It's still 3 or 7. And they actually, the dealerships will talk you out of getting the 7 kilowatt AC charger built into the car because like it's just too expensive to install the wall charger. So that's the kind of world I live in over here. Wow, 11 kilowatts and 10 are both 3-phase. Oh, okay. Thanks, Adam. Good to know. That time I charge for free at work. I see. All right, thank you. Me too. I have my I talk about in this trip video I'm putting up soon. How I have this charging network card, and the charging network card I pay $20 a month flat rate, and I have unlimited use, unlimited time, unlimited charges in anywhere in Japan basically. But Nissan changed the program. So when my card expires, I have to change to the new program, and it sucks really bad. No more free charging in the future. It kind of sucks. Right now I can charge for free. But at home, I'm on a special electric plan because I have these cars. So at night, my electricity rates are very, very low. Man, my eyes are puffy. I'm so tired. So late. So anyways, my electricity rates are really low, so it costs pennies basically to charge my cars up to 80%. Like I said, I never charge to 100. Sometimes I'll charge to 90 if I'm taking a long trip. The reason why is you get to 100, you're losing all your regenerative braking, so I wear out my brake pads. Also on top of that, since you don't have regenerative braking, especially on a van, you get, like, if you're lucky, a kilometer per percent. So what, you get an extra 10 kilometers of range? Yippee. So I just keep it around 80-90% most of the time. Most of the time 80. I never go to, like, my car has a thing where it stops at 80%. I don't use that anymore because it's really 79. It's not really 80. It stops at 79. I like to have around 81, 82% I stop at. Then I get a full 80% charge at least. I know, kind of weird. Let's see. Hugh says, that time I charge. Oh, he already wrote that. Okay. So that's what's up with that. So the Aria is coming, I think in this month or in the next month. I'm very excited about that. I will do a test drive video if they'll let me test drive. Right now, Nissan really hates my guts. They're still angry at me about I gave out a lot of secret information, I guess, unaware about the Leaf, the second gen Leaf before it was released because I got inside information from one of my sources at Nissan. And after he gave it to me, he didn't warn me. He didn't tell me that stuff was like secret. I didn't know it was secret. So I made a video all excited about talking about all these cool features and stuff. And then I think later that day I got a phone call, and he's like, pull that down, get that off. And I had to pull it down right away. And we were all worried for a while there about Nissan lawyers contacting us, but luckily they didn't. But yeah, so Nissan's not, they don't care for me too much right now still. So I'll see what I can do for the Aria. I'm going to try though. So that's that. Look forward to the video. First part, please watch. Please watch it. It does have some interesting stuff in it, and it really is good for showing you what these batteries are like and what these cars are like 7 years down the road, 6-7 years down the road. Because for those of you that are planning on holding onto an electric car for a long period of time, you might be curious about this. Like some of you might be around my age, and they're like, you're getting to the point where like, I'm tired of buying a new car every 3 years. I'm tired of the payments, But can my electric car, is it viable to use it, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years down the road? Well, that's what this video is going to show you. Hopefully, you'll like what you see. Also, the videos, I got some cool stuff in the video. It's a pretty cool video. And like I said, somewhere in the middle, I think it's going to be in part 2, my Nissan navigation system nearly killed me. Literally nearly killed me. It was a very scary situation. It's pretty cool. You guys will enjoy it. We didn't. But I'm here to talk about it, so obviously I didn't die. Anyways, I think I'm going to go. I am exhausted. What time is it over here? Let's see. It's 1:30 in the morning. I am so tired. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and thank you so much for joining my stream. Maybe I'll start doing this on a weekly basis. What is it? Today's Saturday, so your Friday or your Saturday morning probably. My Sunday morning. Maybe I'll start doing this on a weekly basis. Give me a thumbs up. Give a like to this video if that's what you want. It depends on how this video does. If the video does really well, then I'll start doing a night stream once a week on, I guess, Sunday morning, my morning, and we can stay up to date on things. I feel like I'm falling behind a little bit because I don't have access to the cars you guys have access to, and I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your input. You guys know stuff I don't know. I want to learn from you guys. Also, I might know stuff that I don't know. For just like with the older cars, I can give you guys information about how the older cars are performing and stuff. Let's see. Anything? I should check before I get off though. Oh, thank you. Thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. You have a good day. Enjoy your days. It's my morning. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm going to bed. It's nighttime for me. Thanks for watching. Have a great one, and I will see you next week. All right.